I guess I had to figure my life out, so I'm gonna put that hair up in the back now so I can get to working on this front section. Okay. Welcome back, friends, or if you're new here, hey, it is Lauren, the soap witch, and this little happy corner of these here internets is where I play in my hair, mix up one of my magical concoctions, or go completely rogue in the kitchen on a recipe. So here I'm just showing you what I'm starting with, the little leftovers of my silk press that I did last week. I'm lucky it's not a full-on bush with the humidity we had, but you know that's not the point of this video. Let's not. Anyway, so after I am coming off of a silk press and want to revert back to my curls, I like to start off with a hot oil treatment the night before. So I'm just gonna start out splitting my hair into 4 sections because that's usually how I pre-poo my hair, no matter it's hot oil treatment or any other type that I feel like doing. And when I do a hot oil treatment, I usually don't detangle my hair because it's usually in its natural state, and I don't feel like the oil and water that I use gives enough slip to do detangling, but it's already detangled. It's in a silk press. So I'm just smoothing it out and putting one side up to get it out the way so that I can go ahead and work on the other side. I'm gonna fight with a little bit, just get used to it. I just be fighting with stuff for no reason. I'm confrontational. Okay, I'm not really. Anyway, so just smoothing that out, and then I'm going to separate this hair out on this side because I want to start with the front section first. I'm gonna find something to hum and haw about, so I'm gonna take a little minute to figure out how much hair I want. I want, ideally, stop cutting yourself off, girl. You're so bad at that. Anyway, ideally, I want equal amount of hair in the front and back sections, so I get to humming and hawing a little bit. I don't know why, girl, but anywho, I guess I had to figure my life out, so I'm gonna put that hair up in the back now so I can get to working on this front section. Okay. So here we are. I ain't figured out my life, but I'm on the way, and I'm gonna start out by getting my trusty water bottle. I'm gonna fight with it like I do every week. Oh, look at it coming out all easy. Anyway, I'm gonna moisten the hair. I don't saturate my hair when I do a hot oil treatment because I like to leave it in overnight, and that's not good for your hair to leave it saturated for that long. So I just like to dampen it, moisten it a bit, and then just kind of work the water into my hair strands. If I'd have let it just sit longer, my hair would have poofed up like a nice little cotton pillow. I found that out when I did the other side off camera, but I was just trying to move along with this because I was tired. Again, more details that y'all didn't ask for, trying to tell you that I'm sorry. Anyway, now I'm going with Acute Anointing My Hair Oil. I love the applicator tip because it allows me to just go ahead and dump that warm oil all over my scalp. And I did not mention this earlier, but to warm up my oil, I just put it in a sink full of hot steaming water for about 15 minutes, whole bottle. Hot steaming water, 15 minutes. You don't really, it says hot oil treatment, but you really just want it warm. Anywho, so I'm gonna take my fingertips and just massage my scalp, get that oil nicely in there, and then I'm just gonna add a little bit more oil to my hands and work that into the length of my hair. Like so. I try not to overdo it and use too much, but me being high porosity, that's been the name of the game for so long. Use too much. Is there ever enough? Yes there is. Especially making sure I work on the ends, though they are freshly trimmed. I want to try to keep them as healthy as possible, as moisturized as possible, but also baby them so I'm not super rough on them. That is the oldest, intends to be the driest, most brittle part of our hair, so it's more prone to breakage. So length retention is really a good portion about keeping as much of those ends as possible. So anyway, now that I feel like I've got all that well enough in hand, I'm just gonna put that hair up and get it out the way. Okay, it's acting real goofy. Usually I need to use a bobby pin to get Bantu knots to stay up on straighter hair, which I eventually will put in there, just not on camera. because it's annoying me. You see how it's annoying me? Okay. Anyway, we're going to move on to the back section and literally do the same exact process that I did in the front. A lot of the times when I do a hot oil treatment, I don't show doing both processes since I'm not processes, both sections. Since I'm not detangling my hair, it's really not a lot of difference, but you know, why not? I just felt like it, so I did. But you're going to see it's really just the same thing. Working the water through the back section. I'm going to go in with the oil and douse my scalp with it. Just dump it on there. Not too much oil will run down my face and my neck and my back, and I don't like that. And then I'm going to take my fingertips and give myself a nice scalp massage. Very satisfying. And then I'm just going to rub that through the length of my hair. And then I am still going to add some to my hand. And then add that to the length of my hair as well. And make sure I get my ends. We already talked about why. I'm bad about repeating myself. I'm going to try to stop it. Look at that hair wanting to revert back. Yes, sir. Now that I've satisfied myself with how much oil I've applied to my hair, I'm just going to take that section and put it up as well. Now I'm going to do the other side. Okay, so we are all done. And I just like to take a little bit of oil and rub it at my disappearing, reappearing, disappearing, hairline. Because I don't know why, but it just thinks that it should do what it wants and has a mind of its own. So sometimes it'll get like real dry and rough looking and crusty and pale, and the hair will just disappear. So I feel like the oil has been helping with that, specifically rubbing it at my hairline. So even when I do a pre-poo, that's not a hot oil treatment. Girl, your mouth, get it together. That's not a hot oil treatment. I still do this. Now I'm gonna put a bunch of stuff on my head, starting with this disposable plastic shower cap. Next is the bonnet, and finally the big giant scarf. So I tie all this stuff on my head because I just feel like the insulation helps my hair to absorb all the product and stuff better. Because it's going to warm up. I mean, you're going to warm up anyway overnight, but it's going to make it even warmer. And then it's going to also help keep from getting oil all over my clothes and my bedding, because I don't want that. No thanks. So this is where we are. I'm going to go to sleep with this in just like this. And I'm going to see you in the morning to take it all down. So it's morning. Hey. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and just take all this down. In reverse order, obviously. I also be stating the obvious sometimes. Repeat myself and stating the obvious. I think that's neurodivergence kicking in full force. And then I'm going to have to remove the bobby pins because I had to use them to get these things to stay. And you twist in the opposite direction and just give a little tug. And they're down. I always feel like they look so cute. But let me just tell you, if you don't do it on blown out hair with minimal product, they ain't going to never dry. So just gonna finish shaking all this down. I mean, and that's pretty much it. I'm gonna go ahead and wash my hair after this because that's the very next step. Thank you for hanging out with me if you made it all the way to the end of this video. And if you enjoy the special brand of sorcery that I bring to these internets, go ahead and click that subscribe button, friends, and give this video a like. I hope that you have a magical day. I know that I plan to, and I will see you in the next one, friends. Bye.